I laughed when my wife exposed our daughter. My daughter Emma is 18 and has been dating this kid Trevor for about 6 months now. Nice enough guy, comes from a good family, treats her well from what I can see. But my wife Jessica has never liked him. She thinks he's too old for Emma, too serious, whatever. She's been looking for any reason to break them up. Last Tuesday, Emma comes home from school looking upset. She goes straight to her room and slams the door. Jessica immediately starts interrogating me like I somehow caused this. Did Trevor break up with her? Did something happen at school? I had no clue what was going on. About an hour later, Emma comes downstairs for dinner. She's still quiet, picking at her food. Jessica keeps trying to get her to talk, but Emma just shrugs and says she's fine. Classic teenager move. After dinner, Emma disappears back upstairs. That night, Jessica decides she's going to play detective. She starts going through Emma's room while she's in the shower. I told her to leave it alone, but she never listens to me when it comes to Emma. She comes back downstairs 20 minutes later, holding Emma's journal like she just found buried treasure. She starts reading me passages about how Emma's been lying to us. Apparently, she's been skipping her last class to hang out with Trevor at his job. She's been telling us she's at study group when really she's at his house. The usual teenage stuff that we probably all did at her age. But Jessica is acting like Emma's running some kind of criminal enterprise. She starts making this whole plan about how she's going to confront Emma in the morning and ground her for lying. I tried to tell her that going through Emma's private journal was way worse than Emma skipping one class, but Jessica wasn't having it. The next morning comes around. Emma's eating cereal, getting ready for school, completely normal day. Jessica sits down across from her with the journal and slams it on the table. Emma's face goes white immediately. Jessica starts this whole speech about trust and honesty and how disappointed she is. Emma's trying to explain herself, but Jessica cuts her off every time. She's going on about how Emma's been lying about where she goes after school, how she can't trust her anymore. The whole guilt trip. Then Jessica gets to what she thinks is the big revelation. She opens the journal to this specific page and starts reading out loud. Something about how Emma felt guilty about lying, but she really loved spending time with Trevor and wished she could just be honest with us. Emma looks mortified. She's practically in tears at this point. Jessica's feeling pretty proud of herself for catching Emma in all these lies. But then Emma says something that stops Jessica dead in her tracks. She tells Jessica that the journal entries she's been reading aren't about Trevor at all. They're about her friend Madison. Emma's been skipping class to help Madison deal with some family problems at home. She's been lying about where she goes because Madison made her promise not to tell any adults what was happening. Turns out Madison's parents are getting divorced and it's getting ugly. Madison's been having panic attacks at school and Emma's been the only person helping her through it. Emma's been going to Madison's house after school to make sure she's okay and helping her with homework because Madison can't focus on anything. The journal entries about feeling guilty and wanting to be honest weren't about some secret relationship with Trevor. They were about Emma feeling bad for lying to us when she's actually been doing something really mature and caring for her friend. Jessica just sits there with the journal in her hands, realizing she completely misread everything. Emma's not sneaking around with her boyfriend. She's been taking care of a friend who's going through a really tough time. And instead of being proud of our daughter for being such a good friend, Jessica violated her privacy and accused her of being dishonest. Emma gets up from the table and tells Jessica that she's the one who can't be trusted anymore. She takes her journal back and says she's going to school early. She walks out the door without saying goodbye to either of us. Jessica tries to justify what she did. She says she was just looking out for Emma, that she had a right to know what was going on. But even she knows she screwed up big time. She spent the whole day texting Emma apologies that Emma didn't respond to. When Emma came home that afternoon, she didn't say a single word to Jessica. She grabbed a snack and went straight upstairs. Jessica tried to talk to her through the bedroom door, but Emma just turned her music up louder. It's been 3 days now and Emma's still barely talking to Jessica.